The threat of Bonaparte's flotilla gathering at Boulogne cannot be overstated. We must remain vigilant.
French invasion! Read all about it!
Only spies in London town.
In the late summer of 1803, news spread through Wapping that the Peace of Amiens had collapsed. Troops were gathering across the Channel under Napoleon Bonaparte. Wapping did not need newspapers to understand what invasion might mean. It was a tidal parish pressed close against the Thames, a place of narrow brick houses, tar-dark taverns and swollen warehouses.
They'll cross the Channel here, I tell ye. The French are massing.
It's rubbish! A diversion! They wouldn't dare attack the fleet!
Bonaparte will be across before the week is out, I tell you.
He'll be met with Nelson's fleet, won't he?
It lived by the river's moods and by the fortunes of war. If invasion came, it would come by water. And Wapping's people understood water intimately. The river governed daily life, retreating to mud and rising again with trade. Houses leaned slightly along Wapping High Street. Many were subdivided, sheltering multiple families under one roof. Cellars were damp, attics cramped, air thick with hemp and pitch. Rumors traveled first by ship. Sailors brought word of French flotillas assembling at Boulogne. Fear moved like the tide, never entirely absent.
They say he has 200,000 men assembled across the Channel.
Let him come! We'll smash his flotilla!
The press gang's shadow lengthened. A knock at night could mean a man seized into naval service. Families awoke to absence and uncertainty. Its guns reminded residents that London was defended. Powder and shot were stored behind its ancient walls. Further downstream, Woolwich's royal arsenal expanded rapidly. Carts creaked eastward with timber and iron. Barges carried cannon components along the tide. Workshops throughout the riverside fed the machinery of war. Rope walks once serving merchant ships now supplied naval vessels. Civilian and military life blurred together. Volunteer corps formed across London. Shopkeepers and clerks drilled with muskets on Sundays. Children watched neighbours march in borrowed uniforms. Women calculated what service might demand of their households. The houses themselves offered little protection. They were built for trade and habitation, not siege. Flight inland was discussed, but rarely practical. Bread prices rose with disrupted trade and poor harvests. Even a small increase threatened survival. Parish relief lists lengthened. Bakers were accused of hoarding grain. Fear of invasion mingled with fear of hunger. The district's soundscape intensified. Hammers rang, saws bit into timber. Caulkers sealed hulls. Cannon salutes rattled window panes. Forge fires glowed against the night sky. Wapping was a place of strangers and sailors from many nations. In wartime, accents drew suspicion. Taverns were watched for radical talk. Yet daily routines persisted. Women washed linen in cramped yards. Children ran errands along the high street. There were no barricades, no rubble. The threat remained possible, not actual. Church bells marked time and prayer. Sermons framed war as moral trial. Rumors surged again in 1804. French barges were said to be ready. Then imagined hostile vessels forcing the Thames. They pictured batteries firing along the river bends. The river was shield and vulnerability alike. Then came news of Trafalgar in October 1805. Bells rang and guns fired in celebration. Relief flooded the district like a high tide.
Nelson has done it! The French are routed! God save the king!
The prospect of invasion receded dramatically. Yet the war continued. Impressment did not cease. Victory brought both safety and mourning. Wapping's streets remained intact. But expectation had altered perception. A sail on the horizon quickened the pulse. A proclamation could change the tone of a tavern. Life continued in its stubborn ordinariness. Candles were lit at dusk. Suppers were cooked in narrow kitchens. Children were scolded and comforted. Fear threaded through existence rather than suspending it. Invasion never came to Wapping, but the anticipation left its mark. Men drilled, watched and waited. Women endured absence and rising prices. The Thames flowed on, tidal and indifferent. And Wapping remained both peripheral and central to a nation at war.